been said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, in this episode of the Recruiter's Lounge, I'm going to show you how to find diversity candidates online using Google's image search. Okay? How to find diversity candidates online using Google's image search. So tune in. I think you'll like it.
Let's try our first search using Google's image search. Now, the address to get to this particular portion of Google is images.google.com. What I want to do here is search for the pictures of CFOs who work for companies with a focus on technology. To find these candidates, I will ask Google to look for web pages with the words bio, profile, people, team, or staff in the title of the web page. I also will add job titles like CFO and VP of Finance to my search and the terms tech, technology, and software. I could, of course, add more keywords to my search, but it's best to start your search broad and then refine it later. And this is how I use all the words that I outlined just a few moments ago. I created a very long search string, as you see is scrolling across the screen right now. If you like, pause the video at any moment to jot all this down. But again, this is how I applied all of the search terms that I mentioned before into a search string that I'm going to use on the image search function of Google. And these are the results of my search. Now choosing a random, to see this picture here, the second one on the second row. Going to concentrate on that. And as I click on it and look at the profile, I see that she is a CFO, formerly of Microsystems, so she meets all of my requirements. Very good. In this next example, I'm looking for an executive with a background in technology, but from a specific company. Let's imagine that he or she is an employee or former employee of IBM. And at one point in their career, they may have done some programming. And here is the search string I use. It's pretty basic. I use the term executive. I also use the term he or she, and I do that very intentionally because I want my search results to bring back pages that discuss a particular person. So those words he or she are usually used when referring to a person, so that's why those terms are in there. I also add in the terms IBM because that's the company I'm focusing on, and programming because that's an important keyword that I'm looking for as well. And these are the results of that particular search. Let's sort of look here at this particular result. Seems to be a picture of an African American person, or at least someone of African descent. And as I click on that, I see here an article about this individual, about how he at one point ran a division inside of IBM. Very good. Finally, let's look for a PhD with a strong background in chemistry. A PhD with a strong background in chemistry. For this search, I use a series of traditional Indian names, such as Kumar, Ravi, Sandeep. Since I'm looking for a PhD, I add the terms doctor, the abbreviation of doctor, and the term PhD. And I also look for research in chemistry because those are important keywords. Now, if you want to look for other types of diverse candidates and you may not know a lot of names off the top of your head, I recommend getting a baby book, which you can get from the library, a book of baby names, and just sort of go from there. And here is the search string I use for this example. Pretty basic, as you can see. But again, feel free to pause the video in case it's scrolling a little fast for you. And these are my results. As you can see, we're looking at rows upon rows of individuals with popular Indian names. Presumably, they are all of Indian descent. Hopefully you can see how effective this type of strategy can be. As you have no doubt noticed, all of the searches were done on the Google search engine, but they are by no means the only game in town. Here's a list of other search engines that you may want to try these techniques and strategies on. As great and as effective as those strategies are, time can sometimes be a factor. If you want these type of candidates in a hurry, then let me recommend 3 websites to you. The first is Asian-jobs.com, the second Hispanic-jobs.com, and the third Diversity-jobs.com. Check them out and get to the punchline of your search a whole lot quicker.
Well, that's it for this episode. Love it or hate it. I'd like to hear your comments. If you would, drop me an email at Jim, J-I-M, at therecruiterslounge.com. That's Jim at therecruiterslounge.com. The email address is right there, scrolling across the screen right now. So if you would, reach out to me and let me know what you thought about this episode. Till next time, I'm Jim Stroud, and you're not.